Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I call upon the first chairperson, Professor Dr. Farida Muhammad Said, from Faculty of Nursing, Lincoln University College. Professor Farida has so many years working experience in clinical, academic and management through her career in public and private organizations, national and international. Her experiences including as appointed as Clinical Nursing Director in Medina, KSA, Head of Nursing Postgraduate and Research in Lincoln University College, and she's also the Head of Nursing Program in University Putra, Malaysia. She has received many grants when she was in UPM. Ladies and gentlemen, may I call upon Professor Dr. Farida. May I call upon the second chairperson, Professor Dr. Sudip Bharat, the Senior Professor of Zoology from North Bengal University, India. Please welcome, sir. Over to you, Doctor.
Everybody. Good morning. It's a great pleasure for me to be with you all in this August gathering in this second international ICRASH.
Switch on the microphone, sir.
Okay. Can you hear me now? Yeah. Okay. Good morning to all of you again. It's a great pleasure for me to be with you along with my co-chairperson, Dr. Farida Muhammad Said. And it's a great pleasure for me that I've been invited here by the organizers of Abraham Lincoln University. And I hope that the session that we are going to go now with will be very much a very good one. And I hope all the listeners to kindly listen to the speakers, because I've seen that most of the people, they just wait for the time to pass and they don't take interest in this thing. It's a very important issue that we have, because the environment is getting renewed by climate change and all these things. And not only the people who are staying on the land, but even the aquatic system is also being destroyed totally. And we have to be very careful because we are dependent on both these things. Land people are dependent on the aquatic system and the aquatic people are dependent on the land. So we have to sustain. In order to sustain, we have to see that our health and everything is perfect. So we have today, this morning we have got 3 lectures, I think. And I request the first speaker, Dr. Monojit Roy, to come to the dais and deliver his lecture. I request the speaker to restrict his talk to 10 minutes. We may have some time for discussion if time permits. Okay? I request the speaker now to start his talk.
Very good morning. My heartfelt greetings to the organizer and the chairpersons present here and all the dignitaries and delegates present here. Today I am going to talk about assessment of anti-tumor and antifungal activity of fruit leaf extract in different solvents of the plant Lantana camera against some selected plant pathogens. I am Monojit Roy from Barakpur Rashtrakur Surendranath College. Plants are rich source of a variety of bioactive compounds called phytocompounds. Basic needs in agriculture and horticulture field is increase in yield and the yield quality. Pathogens are one main factor regarding loss of crop yield and quality. So to solve this problem, farmers use generally chemical agents, but extensive use of chemical fertilizers and other chemical agents to cure this have effects on environment and human health also. So we need an anti-hazardous, non-toxic, eco-friendly organic formulation for maximum yield of crops. Recently, interest towards active phytocompounds gained worldwide acceptance to formulate non-toxic, anti-hazardous and cost-effective management for crop plants. Researchers proved use to phytocompounds are effective to control plant disease and also growth regulators for the crop plants. Aims of our study is to exploit the beneficial efficiency of the plant Lantana camera on agricultural and horticultural plants, to evaluate the bioactive potentiality of Lantana camera, to formulate non-toxic, eco-friendly, anti-hazardous disease management protocol using compounds derived from Lantana camera. This plant is Lantana camera and it is very common in India and in tropical countries. Why you have selected Lantana camera? Lantana camera is a rich source of bioactive compounds, cost-effective, easily available. The extract of Lantana camera was used as medicine for fever, flu, cough, snake bites, itch, chicken pox, measles, etc. And it was reported by Chandra Mohan in 2017. Extracts of leaf, flowers, roots have used as antimicrobial, fungicidal, insecticidal, nematide agents. So we have chosen Lantana camera for pathogens which reduce the yield of the crops. Leaves of Lantana camera is rich source of bioactive compounds. Flavones, isoflavones, flavonoids, anthocyanins, coumarins, lignans, cateins, isocatins, alkaloids, tannins, and such type of compounds are present in the leaf of Lantana camera. Leaf extract from benzene, chloroform and methanol fractions of Lantana camera was positively tested for antibacterial activity. Evaluation of anti-tumor and antifungal activity of leaf extract of Lantana camera. The procedure we used: preparation of Lantana camera plant leaf extract, collection area, Barrackpur. We collected surroundings from our college area, June, July 2024. Extraction medium, this is very important. We used 4 extraction medium: 50% aqueous ethanol, methanol, benzene and chloroform. 4 type of extraction medium we used. And experiments done with extract, anti-tumor activity shown by the Lantana camera extract, antimicrobial assay and antifungal assay also. Crude leaf extract of all the 4 solvents shows positive anti-tumor activity, and we had published the paper in 23. Methanolic leaf extract showed most inhibitor effect having LC50, that means lethal concentration 50. That is, we are applying those compounds in a particular solvent to the brine seams. When 50% brine seams died, is called lethal concentration. The minimum concentration of the extract required to die 50% brine seam. That is called lethal concentration. LC50 is in methanolic leaf extract 5 mg per ml. And for chloroform and 50% aqueous ethanol extract having LC50, for chloroform 10 mg, for benzene 15 mg per ml. And this is the graphical representation. The leaf extract in methanol, chloroform, ethanol and benzene. And in methanol, the activity is the highest. That is, in methanol, it is 5 mg per ml is required for LC50. Brine shrimp is the standard on which any initial anti-tumor or anti-cancer activity are tested. Antifungal, now I am coming to antifungal activity. All crude leaf extract showed positive antifungal activity against Rhizopotium solani, Alternaria, Rhizopus oryza, Botrytis cinerea. And these 4 strains which affect growth of the crops, which reduce the growth of the crops, these fungus, we collected from, these are called, collected from CSIR Chandigarh, and these specimens, according to CSIR, are microbial type culture collection. We collected these microbial type culture collections, these 4 type of specimens from CSIR Chandigarh, and we applied our leaf extract on those. Methanolic leaf extract shows more inhibitory effect against Botrytis and Rhizopus, whereas 50% aqueous ethanolic leaf extract which showed positive response against Rhizopus and Botrytis and Alternaria. Leaf extracts of chloroform also showed inhibitory effect against Botrytis, Alternaria and Rhizopus. Result shows that all the 3 extracts have least effect against Rhizocotnia solani, that is MTCC, microbial type culture collection number 4633. And this is the graphical representation of minimum inhibitory concentration value for different solvent extracts of Lantana camera against Rhizopus oryza. For ethanolic extract, E means ethanolic extract, it requires 15 mg per ml. Whereas for methanolic extract, it requires 10 mg per ml. In benzene, 30 milligram per ml, and for chloroform, 20 milligram per ml. Ethanol means 50% ethanol aqueous solution. Graphical representation of minimum inhibitory concentration value for different solvent extract of Lantana camera against Rhizoctonia solani. And you will find relative to the other strains, here these values are 10, 30, 20, 15 for Rhizopus oryza. Whereas for this strain, Rhizoctonia, you will find the values are very high here. And the effect is minimum for Rhizoctonia solani. Even for methanol, the value is 25 milligram per ml.
You have 1 more minute?
Yes. And for alternaria, these are the results. And very interesting, in every cases, we find that for in methanol, the effect is very high. Very low concentration of leaf extract in methanol is required, but here chloroform acts better. For bacterias, again methanol is the best solvent. Results suppose that all the solvent extracts are different positive anti-tumor activity. Methanol extract most inhibitory effect, that is LC50 lethal concentration. 5 milligram per liter chloroform and 50% aqueous ethanol hai. C50 10 milligram per ml approximate in benzene 15 milligram per liter LC50. For Rhizopus oryza, it acts best and least effect on Alternaria solani. I am skipping discussion. And the conclusion is that ethanol extract of leaf or Lantana camera has most antifungal effect and benzene extract have least antifungal effect. A suitable claim to identify Lantana camera to be designated as successful plant that favors an eco-friendly, cost-effective, non-antifungal formulation of overcome deterioration effect of Botrytis cinerea, Rhizopus alternaria in some crop plants, especially rice, wheat, other millets, etc. And in our previous publication, we also published the Lantana camera extract have bioactive compound to cure tumor and anti-cancer cells also. Future plans we have to test antibacterial activity of leaf, flower and root extract, chemical identification, separation and purification of active compounds at low cost, laboratory test of particular active compounds, field experiments for management of disease of some crop plants, formulation of eco-friendly, non-toxic, anti-hazardous protocol for disease management crop plants, and design of fungicides and bactericides for plant disease management. These are references, and one publication already published in 23, and I'd like to acknowledge Parakur Rashtrapur Surnath College for financial assistance, and Dr. Suraj Sheikh is my co-worker. Thank you so much for your presence here.
Thank you, Dr. Manojit Ray, for your very interesting topic. Where I have one question to ask you. Thing is that this you have done against plant pathogens, no? And at one time, if you go back into history, people used to shun this particular plant, Lantana camera. We never used to like this plant because it's very hazardous to human beings. And gives an itching, what we call effect to the people. And we try to destroy all these things. In fact, we consider them invasive species. From the point of view, it's okay, plant, they also need to be looked after. But what about the human beings? What do you think of them? You will keep them or you will just discard them?
No. We have to keep this plant. And if we can extract the particular compound which is active for a particular strain, that can be very important. If after identification of the particular compound, you can manufacture it in laboratory through organic chemists can manufacture it through retrosynthetic analysis method.
I'm just thinking.
And this will be very cost effective, eco-friendly.
Plants is okay. Of course, saving the economic plants is very good. But I'm talking about the effect on the human beings.
That needs trial, sir. Human trial. That needs human trial. We made trial on brine shrimps, larva, for anti-tumor, anti-cancer activity. Not more than that. That infrastructure don't have. And the thing is that now we are making trial on the fungicide strains collected from CSI and Chandigarh.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much.
On behalf of my chairperson, I request one question from the audience, if they want to, just one question. If you are so interested, it's a very interesting topic. Yeah, please.
First of all, congratulations for the wonderful presentation.
Microphone.
And mic, you take the mic.
So you can't hear them.
First of all,
That's mine.
This one.
Hello. First of all, this is a very nice presentation by Professor and many congratulations on this wonderful presentation. I have one simple question because you are in the profession of the chemistry. That some petrochemical industries, some petroleum industries, they are effluent water come with the phenol and cyanide. In general, this kind of water, we go for the evaporation process. Any method, any technology can you support that we can eliminate cyanide phenol from any wastewater?
This is very easy. In petroleum industry, you can eliminate cyanide through solvent extraction method. Please apply solvent extraction method. That's the best. Petroleums are organic compounds. Cyanide is an inorganic ion. If you put an inorganic solvent which is non-mixable with organic solvent, that is petroleum, that will extract, due to inorganic solvents higher affinity towards the ion, they will extract it. Another method you can use in inorganic solvent, you use some masking or chelating agent which can take up and erase the cyanide.
This is our question.
Thank you. Another method you can apply, that is detergent method. What are detergents? Detergents are long molecules having a polar end, non-polar end. If a big molecule, long molecule having polar and non-polar end, they will surround the cyanide ion through the polar ends for dipole interaction. And non-polar ends will be the outside towards the solvent, organic solvent. And there will be another interaction, stable interaction. That will form a micelle type compound. And that may be drawn out.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hold on. It's okay. Is there any more questions? Okay. We have one question. Please go run away. There's one more question.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. for the beautiful presentation. Just two pretty simple questions. So the first question is, you used some solvents for the extraction. And some of these solvents also have some environmental concerns, like chloroform and benzene.
Yes.
So
Yes.
what's your take on this?
Actually, we tried with organic solvents. Chloroform is not a good solvent for pharmaceutical use or for sustainability of environment. Benzene is also carcinogenic. But our result, what showed? The effect when we are using chloroform or benzene are very low. And the activity of the compounds are higher when we are using methanol or 50% aqueous ethanol. So they must be discarded easily. The activity is low in those solvents. I thought you received your answer.
Okay,
Thank you so much.
The other one is, the title was actually anti-tumor, but I saw that you only did anti-toxicity using brine shrimp. So you didn't do anti-tumor activity.
Yes, and we have published it already.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I request the next speaker, Dr. Mandapanta.
Good afternoon, everybody. My topic is climate change impact on human health. Anything affecting human health is to a great extent affecting the health paradigm of other organisms also. So just to touch the point in the context, what is climate change? Everybody knows. But in this, I am only touching the area of warming, not the cooling. Climate change is having two parameters, warming and cooling. So I am only touching the area of warming. For the Earth system, warming is required for the greenhouse effect and for maintaining ecosystem, for keeping the life support systems alive. But warming beyond a threshold is a problem for the human being and ecosystem as a whole. Since 1850, with the advent of European industrialization, the world began warming at an unprecedented scale. There were 5 episodes of mass extinction in the earth earlier, and every time it was due to cooling effect. Now the process of overheating has started. So it is now being told this is the process of 6th mass extinction that started by human beings. Earlier these were the environmental effects. This climate change very rapidly started and took place during 1850 to 1900, when the European countries, they consolidated huge amount of wealth through industrialization, and the remaining part of the world, they started getting the effect, impacts. The 6th assessment report of the Intergovernmental Panel of Climate Change, they pronounced in this way, as I have written there. Impacts of climate change are looming larger and faster than expected. These are causing global warming and other irreversible negative impacts on environmental parameters, ecosystems and populations, livelihood and health systems. So we have taken the cross-section of 1900, that is zero. This is the data we have taken, and from this zero, the ascent starts. It goes up to 1.47 degrees Celsius. Beyond the normal level, it has already gone. IPCC prediction is that if it reaches 1.5, that is the maximum present ecosystem can withstand. Beyond that, there will be major changes in the ecosystem and disasters. So 1.47 by, we are supposed to achieve this and reverse by 2050. Already we have reached 1.47. How it is ascending now, you see. It has gone up to 1.47 like this. But what is Earth's climate system? It is non-linear. At some place it is hot, at some other place it is cold, at some place it is actually too much of rain, at some place it is dry. In a country also, and a major area is dry, whereas the other part is very wet. It is happening in every country, including your country. And what is happening is, it is increasingly now being understood not just an environmental issue, but a fundamental threat to human health and human well-being. If agriculture is lost, human existence will be in peril. If too much of heat is there will be effect on human health. Over 930 million people, that is about 12% of the world population, spend at least 10% of household budget for health care. With poor people largely uninsured. It's important they are mostly uninsured, and continued climate change or climate warming as anticipated by IPCC would worsen their health care access. World Health Organization has published a roadmap. There they pointed out the area where we have to take care for the health risks. Now, I come to a concrete example. This is on India's context. Recent analysis of Indian Meteorological Department has revealed a significant increase in heat stress due to high temperature and humidity over India in the past 40 years. The study found the magnitude of heat stress has raised by almost 30% in India, with a significant upward trend in the spatial range of the areas facing heat stress. The study found that two primary patterns, that is dry and moist heat, and the other one is that heat of the unprecedented scale spilling over to monsoon season of the country, southeast monsoon. That is actually taking the toll. Now, how do I relate to the present context? The theme of this presentation. Human body is endothermic homeotherms. That is, the body generates own heat, and this is how it can regulate the temperature commensurate with the environmental condition. If environmental condition is heated, our body heat generates, it develops some amount of moisture in the outer skin, hypothalamus, and that counters the effect. This is how it continues. Cold and warm receptors in the skin and brain produce heat from the muscles and organs. The humans evolve and settle at a comfort zone of 16 to 27 degrees Celsius. We have in our house, in every house we are having air conditioners. it is maintaining a range of 16 to 27. Here, the comfort range is 16 to 26. And the relative humidity is between 25 and 75%. This is the comfort zone. Beyond this, we find uncomfortable. Neurons in the brain function best within the specific weather range, this specific weather range. Higher temperature and humidity triggers sweat and alerts us for protection. If humidity is more, heat content in the atmosphere is more because humidity arrests heat. As climate change pushes temperature and humidity level up, human brains start malfunctioning. Heat strokes result when body temperature goes past 40 degrees Celsius with cognitive dysfunction. Some effects of heat stress actually are, as we experience, hypothermia. The body temperature goes below 35 degrees, impairing the thermoregulatory capacity. When the body temperature drops below 28, severe hypothermia, that is, we start shivering and sometimes we may collapse also. Body heat. Then thermal edema. It is a condition when heat causes blood vessels to expand or dilate, and body fluids move into hands, legs, it starts swelling. Heat syncope, it is a condition of fainting due to heat. And heat stroke, we have all experienced on the road somebody had fainted, and it is all due to body temperature rapidly had risen and the sweat mechanism failed. So individual could not control his body and he fainted. Hyperpyrexia, it is a state of high fever when heat stroke causing extreme damage to the body tissues, especially the brain, result in a fatal situation. Now, effects of climate change and heat impacts, that is being analyzed here. Extreme heat events like heat waves, floods and storms.
Sorry, sir. I'll give you another 1 more minute to conclude. Okay, thank you.
And storm very often worsen neurological conditions. Medical records indicate with rising ambient temperature and humidity, admissions to hospitals are always increasing. If we take a record from the hospitals, during the extreme heat of April to July, you will find hospital admission is more. Solastalgia is described as the disruptive psychological state and mental instability of people exposed to environmental degradation. This is a new area of health science where this is being researched. How heat is going to impact the human brain. People forced to migrate to other places due to climate impacts also face acculturation stress. If I come and start staying here, I have a limitation to adjust to the climatic condition, at the same time cultural condition of a state. This is a problem when people are forced to migrate from one place to the other. Right? Environmental Neurological Specialty Group, ENSG, and World Federation of Neurology emphasize the need for focused research on health psyche on risk factors, particularly for people with neurodegenerative problems. So this is a very, very complicated newly emerging area, that impact of heat on the human brain, human cognitive systems. My present study was to link the climate change to human health systems. The climate to disease relationship is no longer endemic. It is not limited to a place, as it is driven, this disease dynamics driven beyond geographical regions. We are continuously moving from one place to the other, and we are carrying these. Despite improvements in medical science, it threatens the progress of reduction of disease burden. WHO data shows under climate stress, 2 billion people face water, zoonotic and vector-borne diseases, and 600 million people suffer foodborne illness annually. WHO projected an additional 250,000 yearly deaths by 2030. This additional 250,000 deaths from climate change related impacts on human health. The medical journal, The Lancet, of 11 January 2025 informed May 25 is the deadline for WHO member states to conclude on a pandemic agreement at the World Health Assembly that aims at preventing, preparing for and responding to all future pandemics. We already have passed through the pandemic COVID-19. They have asked every country to prepare a roadmap to tackle this. This is all. Thank you very much for listening. Yes.
Thank you, Dr. Sir. The idea of some knowledge of what is the impact of climate change on human health. Well, this issue is a burning issue, and I do not know. We have many what we call conferences everywhere globally, talking on the same issue. But who are the culprits? We are the culprits, human beings. We are it was not there 50 years back, 30 years back, we never thought about this. But presently, because of the advancements in technology, we are destroying our forests. We are destroying our roads, everything. We want big wider roads, 6 lanes, 10 lanes, whatever. And because of all these things, our trees, you look at Malaysia now, we are stunned the way the whole city is running over here. Greenery everywhere. We have to maintain this. If everybody maintains this thing globally, then I think the answer will be there. Right. We can prevent the human being also from suffering. What the human being, I think, having a very impact also on the aquatic system also. Right, sir. Both land and water, both are being affected. And if you want to sustain, we have to see that the environment is free from this warming of the thing. Because that is going to lead to more carbon over there, global warming is there. If you fell down the trees, actually no carbon will be sequestered. The sequestration of carbon is very important. So we need to, what we call, plant more trees, prevent the degradation of the forests. So this is a way of looking at the whole issue. If we can send that, the human beings will also be happy. Thank you. Any questions from the audience? Yes, please.
Please go to the mic, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, doctor. My name is Christina and I came from Indonesia. My place is tropical countries, so it's related to my question. My question is, do you have any opinion regarding your research about the climate change on human health? That I believe also there is some changing in disease evolution, right? Related to ecosystem change. You said one global health system, but how about the disease evolution? I believe from your explanation, from your research, it's really lead us to a slowly catastrophic human being, right? Because of the climate change and so on. It really have a big impact in our humanity as well. But how about the disease evolution? Do you have any opinion about that? Since in my place is a tropical countries, and for the ecosystem change, it also changed the ecosystem. For example, like the dengue hemorrhagic fever related to mosquitoes, right? And then the reproduction pace of the mosquitoes become escalating since the global warming, like that. And then it's also related to a lot of disease evolution related to climate change. Thank you.
Come to say, come closer.
Yeah.
I shall give an example. I pour a glass of, a bucket full of hot water on you.
Yes.
He will not go to panic. He will simply start jumping. But if you keep on slowly and gradually, if I keep on pouring hot water, you take one in this way. This is also nice. If we are given 50 years time to adjust to this climate, we shall be able to manage that. But that time is not being given. IPCC, what they told it is going faster. This is first part of it. Second thing, mutation of these disease vectors.
Yes.
That is more important. That you are taking nowadays so much of food from outside that is having huge amount of plastics. Your body is no adjustment. Your grandfather would have died in a week's time by consuming. So your body is adjusting the mutation. Isn't it? Like this. You have to give huge time. The minimum time is 50, 60, 80 years to the environment to adjust. That we are not giving. So this is what is happening. As I told, 1850 to 1900, the temperature, the heat of the earth has gone long up. Why? For rapid industrialization in some countries with the introduction of steam engines. Right? This is what, if it is not so rapid, then what will happen? Everything slowly and gradually art will try to happen. I think I am clear?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you so much. Our last speaker, Dr. Alisha. Dr. topic is on the protection of lower number power and assessment of air pollution. You can start now. You are given only 10 minutes. All right. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everyone, to the distinguished guests, scholars from different parts of the world, Revered Chairperson, Professor Bharat, Professor Fatima. At the outset, I want to extend my heartfelt thanks, sincere reverence, and gratitude to the organizer for giving me the forum to present my paper, which is actually a project work, government-sponsored.